Hello, comrades, and welcome back. We have a slight problem. I am zoomed way in on a bit of a traffic jam here in our Egg and Ham warehouse. And this was one of the reasons I ended up pausing the last episode. So apologies to those who don't like the pausey episodes. I'm still paused for a second here, but I wanted to take a look at with you guys what's going on. So what's happened is because we have taken some people out and not redistributed our workers, what's happened is we're not making enough food. And then it becomes a cascading effect because once this runs out of food, our food truck comes over, doesn't get full, blocks the buses. And so then we definitely don't get enough workers because these are the three buses that go over to the food. So what I would like to do to fix this is come in here. Oop, I just closed the wrong one of the two. Come in here and I want to purchase food at this place, right? And the way I'm going to do this, now we're going to pay $72 for food, but I want to get this cleared up like ASAP. There we go. So what I'm going to do is then go over to these stores and not purchase the food there, right? So now this guy doesn't have any food, but I'm pretty sure it's, right there. We're going to get food over here before that two runs out, I would bet. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to stop the purchase of food. All right, so that way I know whenever we're purchasing food, it's because we're low here. Now the problem with this is if we have a problem with these trucks, we're not going to know, we're going to run out of food here, and that could actually cause us a problem with people. But I'd also like to go to our other stores and do the same thing, right? So this guy has 6 food, and so we should be okay with him if, again, the truck will make it here. They're going to fill up. It's not going to take them but a second. All right, so we're going to stop purchasing food there. And then this guy up here, we have another store. Let's see what no, that's the school. There's the store. Yeah, he has 9 food in him right this minute. So we should be pretty safe. Now, we do have a truck coming here, right? Let's just double check. Yeah. Oops, closed the wrong one. All right, so let's come up here and stop purchasing food here. So we'll know if we're running low on food. Is that the best thing to do? I mean, you could argue probably either way. But now we'll purchase all our food through there. And then what I want to do, there's been a number of suggestions on what's going on here. And I'm going to listen to you guys and we're going to do it, right? Even though it's a little more micromanaging than what I would like. I'd like to take a look at how many chemicals we need in order to make the clothing. Right. So we're going to have to do this like timed out a little bit well. So here's our covered hull has very little. That's good because I want him to basically run out. And let's do a little math on how much. So what I want to do when this guy goes up for his trip, right? We're going to have him unload and load, right? And we're going to have him unload. Like, let's see, what's the most or the least, right? How much? So we can get them to do 10%. So hopefully that's little enough, right? So we'll just have to see here. Is that little enough chemicals that he could drop off here? So if we take a look, we need zero point 0.5 chemicals for 5 tons of fabric, right? And then if we come over to one of our clothing factories, then we need 1.2 tons of clothing for 2.4. So if we're only running, in other words, if this was really running full bore, we could have 4 clothing factories, right? Maybe a little bit less. So that would mean we'd need see, this is the problem with doing this, is that I don't think I can cut down the amount far enough, right? Or no, yeah, because if this guy gets chemicals, he's going to get 0.39 chemicals each time. Well, let's give it a shot. Like I said, I was going to give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. But I'd also like to do this. And I don't think there's any way. This would be really good if we could sit here and okay, go get food as well. Right? So we're going to just see if 10% is enough chemicals to keep this whole thing running. And we'll let this other guy that we have here run out, and then we'll stop sending him back and forth. And I may send him up to the border just to get food for an experiment there as far as the cost and all goes. right? Because we're paying 72 per ton at that point. So let's do the same thing with, by the way, with this other truck. Let's find it through all my open windows, right? So we got this guy is going to the shopping center, so we won't do anything with him. But this guy can load and unload, right? And we'll have him load chemicals to the least amount, 10%. And we'll see if they're bringing back enough. Now, of course, we don't need the chemicals here. We need them in the fabric factory. So we'll add a stop here where this guy will unload all the chemicals that he has. And really should probably wait to unload them. Might be a little bit safer. And then we'll do the same thing with this guy. Come over to the so that way he's, hopefully this won't back up. But if he's, oops, that's load. Let's do unload. All right, hopefully he won't back up. Let's just see how that goes. If it's too many chemicals we're getting, I guess we could always micromanage it and shut it off. But in theory, we don't need this guy to go up to the border anymore, right? So, and what we could do is have him do something else. Now, if there's anybody else, let's go see who's running up to the border. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, you know what? Our alcohol guy. Let's take this alcohol guy. When he gets to the custom house, we're going to have him load up 100% food for now and bring it back, right? And then when he comes back, he's going to drop it off in this warehouse. Oops. Let's do the plus sign thing. Come on. He's going to drop it off in this warehouse. And should he wait? No, let's not have him wait, and we'll just have to keep an eye. Let's rename him. Oops, come on. Alcohol export, let's give it a capital just so it looks nice. Alcohol export food test will be the name of this truck. So if we find this one, we'll know because it's got that in it, right? All right, so there we go. So now we have one more problem that I noticed before I want to start time up. And that is that over here, something I noticed between the episodes, because I do this once in a while between the episodes, we're starting to get adults in here that aren't educated. And I guess when we pulled people out, whatever happened. But if we look, this is the one that sends people to the technical college and the school. So I want to reduce their bus stop going very much. And, they'll still go a little bit to the kindergarten. But and I also want to come in here and take any educated that we have in these other houses out and put them back into that house, and then we'll go grab a few more and get the number back up from the other town that's still working fine, right? No educated there. 2 here. All right, so the system didn't fail completely, but somehow we ended up with like none of them in here. Oops, what's going on? Yeah, let's close this. We can close this, and yeah, I'll close these. All right, so let's go over to here, and I want to take them. I want to take them from one of the ones going to the bus stop. All right, and well, yeah, let's do it this. I don't know. Let's take some people back out of here. All right, so this is the one that's over in Reverville, and I'm gonna. All right, just reduce the number a bit so I can fit a few more educateds in there. So now when we come back here, we can do this. All right, when we come back to this house, we can say, okay, just give me the educated people. And oh, what am I doing? Wrong house. Well, that's all right. It's not going to hurt us to have a few extra educated there, right? Yeah, let's take this back up to 60 for safety's sake. Now the whole, yeah, that's okay. We'll have a few extra people here. I'm okay with that. Now these people, yeah, it's fine. It's just not going to hurt to have a few extra educated. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Now, how are we doing with unemployed? Yeah, see, 10 workers without, well, we just plop people in there. Yeah, we're doing okay. All right, so let's start time back up and try to keep it running for the rest of the episode. One more notice to you guys, especially the regular watchers. I'm going to try to make the videos shorter, but do them every day. You know, I don't know if that'll be better or worse for you guys. Let me know what you think. So in other words, you'll still get your hour at least every 2 days, but I'm going to try to shoot for, we're like at the 10-minute mark or so now. You know, I'm going to try to shoot for a half-hour episode and then just do it every single day, right? So I'm going to tend to have, instead of longer episodes of each thing, I'll have like half-hour episodes of each thing. And in some ways, that'll make it a little bit easier for me to make the episodes because I won't have to sit down for, you know, the whole time it would take to make an hour episode, which sometimes is, you know, quite a while. And then like things happen where, like the last episode where it was 2 days later before I got back to it. So there we go. Very quickly, that problem was sorted out, and we should be able to get here. And we should start seeing people flow back into here. I'm not sure if we're going to actually, I think we caught that pretty quickly. And then we're going to have to keep an eye. Oh, you know what? We wanted to keep this guy open. So let's keep an eye on him to when he gets empty. And then what are you? Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on if this guy works and then if this guy works out, right? We don't want them full. Now, what are you doing? Oh, you're taking crops here. That's fine. Yeah, we'll get him off. That'll free up a truck if nothing else. And then we'll also try to keep an eye on the alcohol guy to make sure he doesn't buy too much food from the border. But he's coming back anyway, right? He's going up there. That's the thinking. So now what we want to do is take a look at all of this. Oops. Did I not save it properly? I think at the very end of the last episode I had committed to all of this stuff, and then now it's uncommitted. Yeah, here's where we ended it. I've had a tough couple days, as some of you may have figured out, but let's go ahead and see about getting that attached up, right? And then what we need to do up here is, I guess, a couple things. Now, I mentioned this at the end of the last episode. There's really almost no way it makes sense anywhere on the map if you're paying an import fee to make steel. Dennis and I did the math the other day to confirm it, and there's just really no doubt about it. So what that means is that we have to, it's really going to be financially, it just makes more sense to build these things. So I'd like to get in here and start getting the steel mill and the iron, you know, going, and then we can get it to this point where it's being processed. And so it's going to cost us quite a bit of money over the next few episodes. But let's see about getting, yeah, see, like there's some things like this I think I want to fix real quick with the roads that we already have. Like, for example, hopefully this works out as well as I'm hoping. I should be able to come in here and, reconnect. And now it's just one project. I'm not going to mess with this hill because it's just a pain to get that road back in. And I already connected this. Do I want to? Yeah, that's fine because we can get somebody working in here while we're working the way up the road to pave. And then we need to get some more roads in here. This road can come out this way, right? So let's get rid of this little bit and see where we would go with this. We need to get a road over to here. Now we have a road right here, so what, you know, probably the best thing to do will be, oh, you know what, the other thing we don't have over here is an, you know what, we're gonna go without an iron storage. How's that sound for brave and potentially foolish? Okay, and then we'll, oops. Why don't you like that? Oh, there we go. All right, we might as well cut them over that way. It's kind of straight across the tracks anyhow. Don't have to be straight across the tracks. Let's get rid of this little bit of road. All right, so that's feeding into there. This can be attached in a little bit. This is now attached. This can be attached, but let's build this other road first, right? Just so that we got it there. And then same thing with this one. We'll build that road, just so we're not making 72 projects out of all the roads. So now we need to get, well, we're up into here. All of this can be attached up, and it kind of is this way, right? Yeah, it looks like at least most of it's attached. I don't think we changed all of this from the 2 episodes ago. Yeah, so this is good. So we need to reattach that what we can, and then we need to get a road. I'm not sure if that's a through road or if that's just two connectors into this thing. All right, but in any event, I think we could. Let's get rid of. Now that I'm looking at that, right? Like, let's just get rid of this again. I don't want to delete too much of that, but I don't want it to be in the way either. All right, like we need to come. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and you know what I think I'm going to do either way? Like, we kind of have this break. Can we get... Yeah. You know, I think we're probably better off coming from here. Yeah. No, that's ugly. Let's just give this a little trim. All right, and then this can come out and attach there or there. Uh-oh. Is a fire truck on the way? Why don't we have firefighters? Come on, guys. Are you escaping from here? No, you shouldn't be unhappy, but are you... Alright. Get over there. Okay, come on. Get over there, guys. Why aren't you going there? Don't tell me this firehouse is broken. No, we've had people in there a long time. Oh, come on. Get over in there. Are we going to lose our... Did we already lose it? And I didn't even see the notice. Okay, we have two firefighters, two citizens waiting for an ambulance. We don't have any ambulances up this way. Okay, good. I don't know if that was smart to do, but at least we got people in there fixing that problem, right? I don't want to lose that building. That's... Getting concrete from all the way over in Riverville is a major pain, you know? Good. We got 4 active firefighters. It looks like we're making headway on it. Whew. Okay. So how are we doing on this truck? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's, where are you going? Oh, you're going to the steel warehouse. Well, no, you're not. You're going back to here for now. Okay, good. We caught him. That was close. So now, let's see how our chemicals are doing. Right, we're down to 0.56. Right, so this guy has left, and he should be either dropping off clothing or coming back with chemicals. Yep, he's coming back with chemicals, but he has none. Okay. Well, I was wondering if that would work, and I don't know if we should have put it on weight. I don't really want to run out of chemicals here, of course, because that's our one big source of money. Now, what were you flashing about? Fire extinguished. Very good. Yep. New combine. Building on fire. Uh-oh, building destroyed. What did we lose? What was that? Oh, another one of his... Oh, that was the building. I think we might have lost that a few episodes ago, right? Well, in any event, whatever's going on there, it's not affecting us. So let's come back over to this guy, and at least he'll bring us back to where we need to be. Okay. So let's keep going with these roads just to get them done. And I definitely know we need to add roads here. We need to add power. And by the end of this episode, which again will be shorter than you guys might be used to, I would like to get, you know, like working on this, or at least think that we could get working on this. So I'd like to come like here and here. Now these roads really aren't going to be used that much, right? This is a cargo station to get prefab panels out and to drop off prefab panels, right? If you notice, like, wow, we need to be able to get a train. Well, no, we can get a train over through this way, right? So we get a train in here that might be sitting here with cement, and then we have another train that can export. So there you go. But anyway, we're attached with roads. This is all attached. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a pain because of this hill here. All right, can we get under this? I don't... right, we need to come across this way. Right. Yeah, let's I'm going to turn that red for a second. Then we need to get back down we'll just sort of parallel that. Let's go a little bit further, a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's turn that red. Hold on 1 second. Yep. And then, can we just go right on across? Yes.
Comrades.
Oops, sorry. I thought I hit. That was why I said hold on a second. I missed the darn button. Episode 13 is in the can, ready to go. So we'll attach this guy up later, just for the sake of keeping this being one stop. And then let's get rid of this, which we can attach up later. And we leave that there for a reminder. But then, yeah, I think I might even just, well, yeah, you know what? Why don't we come out to here, right? And then we can get that stretch done. Again, this is the power plant. And we'll have people being dropped off to the power plant here. So that means these two things need a road, right? Yeah, that's going to be, well, this one, yeah, we can't get under here for this one. We're not going to be able to get across that. But we do have, well, I don't think we're going to get under this. Now, some of this stuff, you know, we might just have to redo. I hate to have this. I mean, it's, well, you know what? It's not that bad if we just head off this way. It's just, and here's another question. Do we just put a road not in our way, but across here? Right? And my thinking is, oops, clicking thing. I did get a suggestion or two on how to fix that. Right? Can we... Right, and really, because that gets us closer to the firehouse anyway. And again, this isn't necessarily, I don't picture any people. Now, the question is, how do we get this one out of here? I think we can go right over here. Can you come down that? Yeah. Right, the real question is, can we get... Will this attach? Yes, very good. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Because now I can even do this. Right, and then we can get rid of that little bit right there. So this guy needs to get attached to here, and then we can get rid of that. Oops. Get rid of this little bit. You know what? Let's do that different. There's no reason not to make it a proper little turn, right? You know what? If we're going to do that, why even cross the tracks? I don't think... You don't like that? Okay. Right? Why not just come out right here and then we don't have a track crossing, just in case... Right, and then this guy would get there, and then we are going to need a footpath through here. Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, very good. So I think that am I missing? Well, let's leave the road thing open because it kind of shows you the connections that we might be missing. So that's attached. This has got a road. We've got a road up there. Do we have a road up to the? Yeah, we have a road up to the iron mine, and then one of the next episodes we'll work on the gravel as a possibility too, as far as planning it out goes, and then. All right, this isn't attached, and that's not attached, but I want to build this road first, right, so that we have, well, so that we have the road built, and then I'll reattach this back up. And so what do we want to get working on? I think we need to get working on roads, which, yeah, so let's commit to all the roads, because I didn't last time. We're going to commit to everything. All right, roads, and any railroads, and forklift connections, and conveyors. And we don't have any electrical, which is good or bad, depending on your opinion. Uh-oh, what are we doing here now? We got another little issue with this thing not being big enough. Okay, we'll take care of that in a second, but that is definitely a problem. Well, let's do this. We can... No, we are purchasing. Oh, building is without power supply. Why are you without power supply still? Oh, I never finished this. All right, we're just going to purchase this, right? And we're going to purchase this Yeah, something went on. I've had a bad couple days. Forgive me. And this is one of the few things that I will purchase because it's just unrealistic the amount of time you would leave people without power. Like when you're constructing manually, it just takes so long to get these things done, and to try to cut into power that way is just, it's causing everything else to back up. And our plants over here probably didn't have power either, and just like a cascading effect because they need to get power from the substation, which fed through there, or well, like around the bend there. Okay, good. So now we're back. Oh, and you know what? That also explains why we didn't have firefighters, right? Because I think, do we still have buses heading there? I don't know. Whatever. All right, so it certainly explains why we don't have workers here. So now let's go ahead and start assigning some roads. I think we're working on the electrical, but we'll get, that little bit's annoying to me. Let's see if we can't fix that. Okay, get rid of all of that. That's a conveyor connector thing, so I can't go further. I probably should do the other part first. No. Okay. Let's come off of here. Will you attach? Yeah, you look nice. We'll commit to that. So there we go. One little less road project. A little tiny bit more efficient in our lives. All right, so we'll get these two roads built. I guess we should probably just assign any of the roads that are right off of this one, right? And then we could start deciding, we'll just keep all our trucks moving. Now, how much gravel do we have up this way? Yeah, we have a good amount, so I don't want to end up running out of gravel. All right, so oh, by the way, another thing, Antonio pointed this out. I said no exporting oil. and I was really thinking of, no starting an oil manufacturing. And we started exporting fuel, but I was really more thinking of like preventing the easy start. So it wasn't a matter of like never export fuel, and I never really considered the biofuel plant in my rule, right? Like I don't feel that, like in other words, there's nothing wrong with doing, quote, an oil start, as I've called it and others have called it, where it just makes the start a little bit less challenging, like because you could just go to oil potentially, and it's just a very good moneymaker. So advice to new players, like if you don't want a hard challenge in a respect, just go get an oil refinery, like just an oil well, and go buy trucks and just run that oil over to the border and you'll make money. So let me know what you guys think about that. And then just as I was recording this episode, and Dennis and I had talked about this, because Dennis has played around with the connectors that are from Off the Rails. And Off the Rails just left us a comment. And he said that the connector between and I don't even know if I have it anymore now that I'm looking, but at one point I had put a connector. Let me show you the mod. We'll go that way because I can't find it right this. We won't do it. So we have this forklift road crossing, right? Do you see? I don't know. It's kind of hard to see, and then we're in the worst part of the map. This won't work as a connector unless you have forklifts, right? So I'm thinking now that we got rid of that, right? Like I think we're just going to bring cement and asphalt, at least for the moment. We're either going to purchase it, because we're not making asphalt anytime soon, or bitumen. And so we're just going to bring the bitumen or purchase it by truck. And then eventually we might put in a rail thing like we kind of started to do one episode. And then when it comes to over here with the concrete, we'll have the gravel coming in semi-automatically. And then when it comes to the cement, we'll just drive that down here by truck as well. And I think originally I had this cargo station, because we're going to have the cement coming to here and sitting in here. I had also had it attached to this thing, but I don't think there's any, if we're going to have a cement factory right here, a truck coming back and forth, the cement factory has 2 parking spaces. So it's not an issue to leave a truck sitting in here with cement. Where it is an issue because the asphalt one only has one space, right? So dropping the bitumen off becomes like a much bigger pain because you can't leave the bitumen truck sitting in here, which means you would have to have them driving back and forth or something, or you need to build a pipe connection, which we've left enough room with this road to connect to the pipe thing right here. So I think we should be okay. I hope. So in any event, yeah, the comment kind of got deleted when we redid this area since the episode that Off the Rails just watched. But thank you, Off the Rails, and thanks once again for all your mods. Guys, go to Off the Rails. Well, you go watch his YouTube videos. In addition, he hasn't made a new one for a little while, but also he has a page on the Steam Workshop, and he's got a lot of practical, non-game breaking kind of mods, right? Like different houses and connectors, I mean, they're not necessarily strictly quality of life. They do more than just cosmetics in a sense, but they're, which is very practical. Like that thing that you say, oh man, I really wish I could do this. Off the Rails has made some nice mods for that. So go check out his Steam Workshop page. Link in the description below. So, in any event. All right, good. So we're making our roads. We're plugging forward with that. That's wonderful. What we need to do now is also talk about getting some more people in here, right? So we've got this factory here. I think that's going to be plenty far enough if we stay over in this area, right? Like, I think if we're on this side of the road, we're going to be pretty close to okay. Because remember, this factory here is not going to be churning out 10 tons of stuff once it fills its own buffer. So that's good, right? So let's get this road worked on. I don't want to get them assigned to too many separate tasks, but well, that's probably the least important road we have. But thinking maybe because it's sort of close to some of these things. Now, how far exactly? Let's use we have our gauge right here. Yeah, I think it's going to get awful far for them to walk to that store from here. But you know what? We're not going to be using the train station anyway. We're better off staying close to the bus station, aren't we? Yeah, let's end the episode. Again, it's going to be a short one, but you'll get an extra one. Not an extra one. You're going to get one tomorrow. So hope, and let me know what you guys think of that. It's not going to ultimately change what I do too much. It'll allow for a little more flexibility in... let's go to mods. It'll allow a little more flexibility in that I will be able to record shorter episodes when I get the moment in the day type thing. So let's go to residential and see what we did in Akala. Do we want to stay? Yeah, I think I want to go with something different and slightly bigger if possible. So the graffiti building is nice, but I'm not sure if I want to go with the graffiti theme in this particular circumstance. And these are all like little tiny things that really aren't going to work for us. And these are all little tiny houses. I think this is why I went with the brick house. Now, what is this one? Yeah, that's like sort of a brick graffiti one, right? By the way, I think that those were mods that Off the Rails. This is a mod Off the Rails made when he was. Yeah, I don't really want to go, and I don't want to just stick with that. Why don't we do like a regular building in the sense of residential build? Oh, you know what? I know what we can do. Is it my favorite mod? I don't know. It's awful cheaty. Oh, look, 15-story yellow flats, red flats. I didn't even notice we had those. Don't I have the 21-story? Yeah. All right, what if we put like a 21-story like at each of these four sides, and then we'll put like smaller houses after that. But this is like a ridiculous modded building in some ways just because of how many people it holds. Yeah, let's spin around. Can we see that the road... Do we want a road attachment? Let's spin it around this way. If we put a road, we'll put it like on the other side. I don't like... Yeah, no, we have an attachment for the... Right? How's that look? So that'll just be a house. I think it'll be close enough to these things. Just so you know, if I didn't make it clear, you can't see. 314 workers. So what that'll do is let us maybe be a little more direct, a little more decorative around the town. Like, we won't have to spend so much space with many, many houses. And I think that might look nice. I might even end up knocking this one down, right? Yeah, maybe we do that. We put like one of these behind those, or maybe we might even look for another mod. So eventually we'll knock this guy down, and we'll put like 4 of those skyscrapers like around the, the 4 of the sides of the hexagon or octagon. I think this is. Sound good? Hexagon's 6-sided. That's 8-sided there. Well, there we go. I think we're pretty much at the half-hour mark, and I will do these episodes back to back because I want to get some construction done. I'm not sure how much I will do without you guys. I would like to get some of these roads in, but we're really, I think if we work our way up this road to get that done, and that'll give our, if you've noticed throughout this episode, we're really not going behind. Speaking of which, how is our chemicals doing before we leave? Just so we don't, we don't have enough. So let's up the amount of chemicals that this guy is getting. Yeah, good. He's on his way. So let's come here. Oh, you know what? Did he not get chemicals? We put him on weight. Yeah, you know what? Let's stick with this together. But I want him to get 20%. Let's just go find this other truck and wherever he's at. Yeah, that one goes to our stores. This one, yeah, let's put him on weight and 20%. Shrink him. Where are you at, buddy? Oh, you're there. Okay, so yeah, he is just not loading up with chemicals. And I heard somebody say that we could purchase directly from the border. So we can't purchase from the border. And by the way, we were purchasing from the other place. So, all right. Well, it was a good idea. I liked it, and I certainly wanted to try it. But let's close that. Let's get rid of the load portion of that. We'll send him back on his way. And I think, yeah, let's get rid of this and this. And go to this. That's that one. Good. So this is the other one. Yeah, he doesn't have any either. All right, so let's get rid of that. All right, so it just didn't work because we can't purchase from the border. Now, we could potentially build a little thing up there, but this is one of the reasons I didn't set this guy to anything else. I just wanted to make sure it would work or not. There we go. Well, good idea, but we just can't purchase directly from the border without building like a warehouse or something up there. But this guy can drive back and forth. And the reason he's driving back and forth, just so you know, is I did a little bit of math. And $63 to purchase it here. And when he goes and gets 4 tons of chemicals, it saves us, where does he get them from? Here. Purchase. It only costs us $33, so it saves us $120. And he doesn't spend quite that much in fuel. But it certainly would pay off if you were getting crops, right? So, all right. So unfortunately, the chemical thing doesn't seem to be working for us, and we're about to run out. So hopefully that guy will get up there. Yeah. So he's on the right way. He's not heading. He's heading to go pick up more, which is great. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. We will be back. We will keep an eye on things like how's our food doing. Good. If we're you know what? We tried to purchase the food from the border, too. I don't think that's working. All right, well, I'll straighten that out in between the episodes, that alcohol, food, test truck. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.